Okay, we got a real incredible show for you today. We're gonna run this intro. We're doing this old school style. Be on the lookout for what's to come on the other side. We'll be right back.
Transform You Radio. You are now tuned in to Transform You Radio. You hear me? Check. I stand for what you stand for. I'm at your door like the landlord. I can see the future, yeah, I fast forward. I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me, I'm in rare form. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid. Small changes make impact. I ran for it, I stand for it, I'm not sitting back. You can leave the rat race or you can leave the trap. Come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we pack. And we'll be right back. Yeah, come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we back. And we'll be right back. I stand for what you stand for. Hey, I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid. Follow me, follow me.
All right. Welcome to the Transform You Live Show. I'm your host, DJ Potential, in the building. Today, we addressing the problem, the issue of aspiring artists struggling to navigate the treacherous music industry. Often they lack the guidance and the resources to build a sustainable career. And then the issue is they get lost in a sauce and in the sea of empty promises and predatory deals. Their creativity tends to suffer. Their voices get lost in the noise. But what if there was a warrior by your side, a champion fighting for your success? Here on the Kinetic MIXX show, we're all about empowering artists to conquer their goals. Today, we want to welcome my brother, my partner, my business man. He's everything, man. He's everything to what my business does behind the scenes. He's the engine, a modern-day Pharaoh, a leader on mission. Javante Pfeiffer, the CEO of modern-day Pharaoh Services. This military combat veteran and community hero isn't here to play games. He's built an empire dedicated to artist development with a proven track record of launching careers and smashing through industry barriers. Get ready for a power-packed interview with the man, the legend, who's turning the music game upside down. Welcome to the show, my good brother.
What's going on? Thank you for that intro. That got me hyped. Both intros, the intro to the show and the intro.
Yeah, you like the music?
Yeah. I know who that was. I didn't know that. That was nice. That whip intro, that was fire. That was fire. It's so befitting too. That's fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Whip came through with the alley-oop on that intro, man. He put some sauce on our new intro music, man. So we get a lot of new feedback for the new theme song, our personalized theme song. So
that was perfect.
Yeah, he killed that. So, and that's just one of many people, man, that you work with, including myself, who careers is just skyrocketing, man, and you transition just like myself from the battlefield to the music scene, and man, we can go on and on, but I guess we can revisit, what sparked your passion and why you still passionate, for artist development.
Let's see, what sparked this passion for artist development. Really, I mean, it's not so much where I started in the beginning. Like I said, really, it was more so I was feeling a gap in the team. We needed somebody to do these type of things. We were all artists, and one of my guys needed a show set up. So after learning a little bit about management, I started thinking, okay, when these artists come to me, like, what does it mean to be professional? Like, how do you really make that happen? So learning how to manage, it really just sparked my passion for artist development. That's what one of the things, artist development, booking, and management, that's what the company does now. But just what kept that passion was seeing it work, always having somebody who is passionate about it and being able to work with them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It works like that, you know. When you got passionate clients and customers and passionate people around you, passionate partners, and you see results and things progress, you know, it's going to always keep the passion alive.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and it's crazy, man, because sometimes people still don't really connect the dots. Uh, you know, you got people working so hard, and like I said, people don't connect the dots. That like you're like, man, you know, you work with him, you know, or you know, you work for him.
Yeah, it happens a lot. The conversations, and it's crazy too, because you never know, you know, how they say the 6 degrees of separation thing, like six people
Right.
you know, and they know that, like, before you know it, you get everybody in the world. But like, yeah, that happens a lot where I'm like, oh, you know, so and so, or it'd be the other way around, like, oh, you know, so and so, you work with them, you this, and that. Yeah, that's crazy. It happened yesterday.
Yeah, because you know, I'll be amazed, man. I'll be, you know, I then stepped on some of these calls with you, and like, man, you control the room. You know, essentially, you know, um, you know, you in the room, and people know you, man. You know, and that's got to be a real good feeling, man. Just coming from, you know, where we came from.
Thank you for that. Thank you for real, because I never really saw it like that myself until I had actual feedback on it. I guess other people have seen it, but yeah, because you know, and it's surprising too, because most people who know me outside of this, you know, I'm real cool, laid back, goofy, like the joke, and I'm, you know, real light, and you know, it's real easy to be around me. But you know, on this side of things, you know, when it comes to business and such things, it's different. You know, I'm real serious about it. So when I come in, it's, yeah, you know, I like to make certain things happen, and you know, when I'm in the room, when I'm doing business, like, people know I move and I groove and I network, and but I stand on top of it 10 toes. So yeah, thank you for that. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, so like it took some skills to kind of hone in, you know, on building like successful artists, and just also like um being able to embody, you know, that type of that type of presence, man, and that type of confidence. You know, was it any of those skills that we learned in the military that like kind of translated over to like that type of communication style?
Yes, actually. A lot of skills, and I would also say a lot of military customs too.
Mhm.
Like in the military, you know, I don't know if you would call this a skill, but you know, just the type of camaraderie. We were always speaking to someone from somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? And that's just one thing I see. Like, people don't network properly. You know, they don't
Yeah.
move. And so yeah, networking is a skill in itself. So I guess I would say networking. And I mean, in the military, it was easier because we didn't have to worry about genre or anything. You know, if you were doing something in the military, everybody was interested. And you know, I brought that, I mean, that idealism. That's how I do this thing too. Like, I just reach out to any and everybody. Like, is I talk to everybody, and I got the pitch or the spiel or the whatever, or just, you know, off the head, because it's passion. I'm passionate about it. But yeah, yeah. What else? What else? I guess I would say the organization part of it too. I've always been like a very ordered type of person, and I like to organize things, but it's just, you know, it's different in the military, obviously.
Mhm.
Order and organization is very, very key to a lot of things, you know, as far as keeping your AO clean, waking up and being punctual, doing things certain, you know, that I translate that very, very well to business. Even if I don't do it in my personal life, you know, I get that from the military though. You know what I mean? Just when it's actual business on the table, you gotta, yeah, be ordered, be organized, and be very, very punctual about it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. There's it's too many people that kind of get, you know, laid back, and they don't follow through, and you expect them to follow through on certain things, or you know, you be sitting there, you like, dude, you know. Like I just had a situation just recently, like, you know, where somebody's supposed to have to follow through on something, and you know, like I was just sitting there, like, just, you know, they like, but I made use out of, like, the time that I was just sitting around, you know, because, like, you know, we just trained that way, like, okay, you can't just let wasted time go and, you know, turn into wasted time.
Always have something to do. Make use of
Yeah,
that time somehow, some way.
yeah, you do, you know, and so that kind of leads me to, like, you know, just decoding, like, your services, man, to the modern day Pharaoh services. Like, you offer, like, a unique blend of services, and people on the outside, you know, people may not really realize that there's actual services to what you do. The consulting, the coaching, the booking, et cetera, et cetera. You know, you know, when you break down, like, the approach to artist development.
So the approach to artist development, um, I think there's, and this comes from a lot of things, but so establishing yourself in this industry as an artist is always first thing. So we go about that, like, say, in a few ways, as far as getting a job, you know, as far as to get a job, the first thing you want is a really, really good resume. And, you know, it's funny that, because I've always had that concept and idea, and the organizations that I work with now also have that similar idea. You know, your EPK is your resume, your electronic
Mhm.
press kit, your portfolio, media kit, depending on where you are in the industry and your actual, like, niche or talent or job, whatever. But those are all the same thing. Your press kit, your EPK, it's your portfolio. So setting that up, but even with ours, it's customized a little bit. There are a lot of things that artists need that should be basic, that should be taught and given, that I think, well, not that I think, that I know a lot of organizations, industries, and people, they pray and take advantage of it. They don't show them that. But that's one of the things. Like, we have a custom type of way we do everything, but establishing your resume. And then from there, establishing yourself in these fields. So as far as artist development, approach to artist development, there's certain organizations where you can control your copyrights and such things. We show artists how to do that. And it's a very simple process. Most of the time, labels do it. Like I said, they prey on you, and they prey on you not knowing it. Then they prey on you to get those things. But structuring the person so they are actually in the position to be a self-contained artist, an independent artist, and be in control of all the things that labels and other people and music groups and whatnot, and other businessmen and businesses, the thing that they take advantage of and use, we set artists up for that. And then there's other things that we do, like you said, the booking and the management that comes along with that, you know, getting yourself out there and managing yourself. And of course, our partnerships that we have, like with your company, media, you know, like the thing we just set up, doing PR training, one-on-one coaching, those types of things. So you know how to speak and get used to the lingo and the jargon and other things, so you can move and groove when you are in these places and on these platforms, you know. But that's the type of approach we take to artist development, is getting the artist set up as a professional artist, making them a professional business themselves, giving them control of this thing, this art, this form, and helping them get themselves out there and make money and have compensation from doing such.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that compensation part is like one of the like the biggest things that I think that should be one of the biggest things that artists should think about. You know, too. You know, because most times people go into this like, you know, oh, I love singing, I love rapping, I love, you know, like, this is what I love to do, but, you know, they don't really think about, you know, the way to make money off of this, and how you make the money.
Mm-hmm.
That tends to come last, and, you know, I didn't make the mistake myself, you know, so, and I'm finally starting to see some money. Like, you know, I looked in my royalty statement, you know, I got like I'm starting to see checks now. You know,
Beautiful thing.
you know, for grinding off of grinding all the time. So like this, so like I was like, man, okay, you know.
That one did some numbers too. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah, beautiful project.
it was money sitting off that project, So there's money it was just money just sitting, for months, that had been like adding up, and like I had never like taken the time to like look in the statement, the royalty statement, to see, the money that had accumulated, because you do a song once, and and then you put an album out, and you don't
It kind
really
of just sit there and yeah. But see, I want to say two things about that though. Like as far as compensation. Now, people who do this for a career, there's a lot of artists who like this is their career. Then
right.
yeah, you definitely want compensation, hopefully monetary compensation, of course. But there are other people who just as passionate about it, but like maybe it's not their thing to want to be uh like a recording artist and record albums for big labels and do all these shows and such things. Some people just want to like rock the stage every weekend and record some new music that they can take and just share with the people. Like that's beautiful. It's not. Then they got regular normal lives on the side, But then, like I said, if it's your career where you like, hey, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get signed and I'm gonna put all my energy and time and efforts into it and I'm gonna travel the world and I'm gonna be on interviews and TV shows and magazines and stuff, then you definitely should be focused on making money. Like that should be top three. But like I said, on the other end of the spectrum, you got those people who like, I just like music. I like doing it. Like I want to rock a house every now and then. Like, you should want to make, at least you should just not want to lose money, Like maybe your biggest thing ain't like making money. It's just, it might be like, fill the house, just fill the venue or something like that. But yeah, for most people, I would say compensation, yeah, definitely. But there are those people who like, they just don't care, which is fine. But like I said, it's not their actual career. They're not putting that much time, effort, and money into it to begin with. So it's a little different.
When you hear like certain artists or even like certain people that's outside like the music industry, entertainment industry, say like the industry's rigged, that sort of thing, and like as you get deeper into this industry, do you feel like that statement is true?
The industry being rigged. Okay, it's kind of like one of them conversations where what does this, the people who say that, like, what do they mean by rigged? Like, what do they think something rigged is? Because to me, something that's rigged mean it was already set up for this person and that person, and it's going to end like this. There's no changing it. Like it's rigged. You know what I mean? Like it's set up already. Do I feel like it's set up? No. The level they're talking about is a level that I haven't been there yet. I've like been around. I've brushed shoulders with people who have, but I mean, I think they talking about like those multi-million-dollar players and the elites and the Grammy winners and stuff like that. Is that rigged? Even still, like seeing what I've seen, like, nah, there's certain people who are favored and certain things happen for them. And yeah, obviously you can definitely tell, but is the industry rigged? I don't believe so. Especially the way I've seen a lot of people make it, like, nah, it can't be rigged. It definitely cannot be rigged. I've seen some people like have overnight success, like organically. I've seen some people try so hard and like just now breaking like us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and everything in between and above and below. Like, yeah, I don't think it's rigged. It's just, I mean, it's like I said, there's a few parts of it where it's just like it's set up a certain way, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, and then to even get to that level, like, I ain't been there yet, so I ain't gonna speak on it.
Yeah, I mean, because I see, a lot of, local artists, when things don't go their way, they tend to get bitter sometimes. And then I've seen a lot of artists who who had that opportunity to be at the top, they get bitter, and then they start with these different type of statements. Um, and then the people in between, you don't hear them really saying that, so because like they know what it's like to be down at the bottom, and then they know what it's like to to shoot up one day,
Yeah.
And they know now it's like, okay, I got to just keep working harder, and keep just making the right connections. Um, with
Hmm.
with this with this Diddy thing, you know, um, we got to mention it, man. It,
Hey, cause man, like bad boy, man, like I grew up off Diddy. Like it's crazy, all of this, like especially yeah. But go ahead. It's just hey, I gotta man, Diddy. But go ahead.
yeah, it's same. With this Diddy situation, man. He had a lot of artists birthed through him, and we hear he got like this Shub Knight cloud over him now. I mean, people even like he's being rumored to be even worse than Shub Knight. And like, man, what is your, I can't even say, let's not say what is your opinion on him directly, but given the situation, man, and given the extent of the situation, what how would you, going into this industry, uh, try to protect yourself and your reputation? Because like we know, as we go higher up, man, it is, and we don't know who to the left of us, who to the right of us, who to the front of us, may turn into a bad apple, uh, or ourselves might get tempted. So what's the best advice you can put out there, man?
Oh, the best advice. Um, one of those things would be to keep a lot of your magic to yourself, And I tell people, I don't know what you think magic is, but to me, it's simply, what you think, what you say, and what you do, you know.
Mm.
Now, I'm not talking about like pulling rabbits out of hat type, like a person's magic. I'll say it is what you think, what you say, and what you do, and keep your magic to yourself for one. Because like how you said, you never know who's to the left, to the right of you, preying on your downfall, anything, and to protect yourself from things that may come back to harm you. And like me personally thinking, as the question is applied, I just keep a lot to myself. Another thing is also, of course, people are always asked this question, like, how bad do you want something? Like, do you want something so bad that you're willing to be a monster and be these things that you're not, and have that come back and eat at you and bite you in the butt 10, 15, 20 years later? Like, how bad do you really want it? Not just now, but forever, for later, consequences to come, things to think about. And I think just one way protecting myself, my company, my reputation is keeping a lot of the magic to ourselves. Like, we don't even speak about like 80% of what goes on. Like, a lot of people, they throw certain things out there like, oh, we did this, every flyer, every show, everything, which is cool. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's what you're actually supposed to do. It's the social media. This is the perfect thing for it. But we don't do that. We just focus on results and good things and keep it rolling, make sure it's
Yeah,
happening. And then, like I said, I don't, I don't want so many of these things so bad to get out of my character. So that's just one way I protect myself, but also by having just certain people around me when I do business or speak about business. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
everybody's a potential client or a potential partner of this, so it's easy sometimes to have people around you who may not mean you or your business any good, but like just making sure that the people that I really, really do that type of next level business with, like, is somebody credible and respectful, and they got my best interests and heart and hand, and I know that 100%. But I think that's the best way to protect myself from something like these icons and major players are going through, you know. And I think, like I said, most of it is I just think they did a lot to be where they are. And sometimes they forget like they were just at one point in time that regular person from New York or LA or Detroit or whatever, just, sitting on the porch talking about your dreams with your friends, These people are just somebody else now and they changed and did so much for it. Like it's just I don't know. They land in situations like they are landing in.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's very very wild to just to I don't know how I'll be if you somebody land this in my lap and say, hey man, I need a PR cleanup on this. I'm like, man.
Wait, you need a PR cleanup like for me going through like man. But see, look, let me say something about that.
But I could clean it up though, because I've been through it. I've been through it, I've been through the whole Fed situation.
White collar crimes.
Yeah, I've been through a white collar crime. I haven't sex trafficked anybody, but
So look, check this out. It's so many ways to have this conversation, right?
I had to charge a bag though. I charged Biggie a bag though. Diddy a bag though, man.
Man, it'd be nothing less than like, hey, you gonna be all right, but you got to come with it. That's what I would tell Diddy. Yeah. But look, check this out. It's hard to have this conversation because especially all the different things I think about, right? So something like this, I remember like all the stuff I've been told and just videos and all type of stuff that I come to believe, right? I do think that before you enter a certain level of these, and when I say like the game, I mean like the major arts, entertainment, sports industry, like the major level. So they said that a lot of them are made to do certain things just to be held over their head for later if they act up, right? And one thing I was just talking to, I forget who I was talking about with this, but I was just
like
telling him
like a hazing.
Yeah. So I was talking to somebody and we was talking about the whole Diddy. Oh, fresh. We was talking about the Diddy situation. And I was telling him like, but have you been watching like maybe the last 2 or 3 years, Diddy's speech outside of the entertainment industry? Like how he's pushing for like unity and togetherness and strength and people putting back into their own communities and how many times the dollar should say like those things that we say that scared of us to talk about. And then the things he's been doing. Now, and it brings me around to this, like, not to say he didn't do it, because who knows? That's Diddy. Like, I heard he was doing some crazy stuff to Cassie, but like, maybe I think that a lot of this has to do with him he was starting to speak out and against what they want. And, he was saying that thing that they scared of. So now they're like, boom, like, now we want you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what this is mostly about. Because, like I said, did he do a lot of these things? Like, I don't know if Sean Combs from New York was trafficking people, but then like I said, he was a billionaire who kick it with billionaires and billionaires like, there's a little bit of craziness to the genius and you got access to do things that normal people can't do. Like who knows truly? And I don't know this man. Like
you ain't gotta think though, man, sometimes when you try to walk away from a certain life and you might have had that's St. Patrick, that James St. Patrick epiphany, where like, man, I'm gonna change my life and step away from this.
I don't want to do this no more. Yeah. I
don't want to do this no more. And then they're like, nah, no, you don't.
You've been doing this for us for too long, my friend. Too long. Where you think you're going, we got you. Yeah. As I said, that stuff is serious on that level. It's a forever thing for real. Like when they say perpetuity, they mean that on your soul, like forever. Shit. Yeah, forever.
You gotta cash it in.
Mm-hmm. As I said, I do think it was one of them things where he was kind of like I said, he got the speaking out and such things. So when people do that, they're like pretty much done almost, or like want to be done. Just how you said, like I don't know. That was like, nah, he too powerful. Like if Diddy before all of this came out, like what if he was like Like he could damn near be like a popular candidate for mayor or somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like he could really like say something that people listen and like change their ways based on, like I say, he's a mogul, an icon. Like you don't want that person to be saying the things that are like against what you stand for. Like, nah, you got to stop that. And like I said, it's only a few ways to stop that. And I think that's why they make them do certain things and hold it over their head. Like I said, has he done some crazy suspect wild things? Oh, I'm definitely sure about it. Like, definitely sure about it. This is Diddy. But yeah, it's one of them things. I don't think it's like as crazy as everybody's saying. Like I said, I don't know if he's sex trafficked some people, but they say he was cool with Epstein and some more shit.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't on the logs though. That's what I say. He wasn't on the logs. Like I would have known that if they would have said Sean Combs. Like I definitely would have been like. They said some other names that I'm not gonna say, but you know they said some other names. Why wouldn't they say his? You know.
Exactly. Yeah. So when we think about like traditional management companies, and we know how they rock, man, and we see like the long-term consequences of dealing with a management companies. What sets you apart from them?
Well, a few things. Most management companies you have to actually sign to, and that's one thing. Like as far as traditional management companies, management was the one thing where I did not know a lot of it before I actually got into it. Like I didn't really quite understand the ins and outs, so to speak. I just knew a few things, and those few things was like general knowledge. You know what I mean? So, but as far as management companies, what I understand, and especially how they're still like this today, and back in the day, it used to be crazy. You would have to sign to the management company. And the way I understand it, that's how a lot of people got themselves into deals that they didn't quite understand. You see lots of movies where they kind of showcase that and display it, where like you think you're signed to an actual record label, but you might be signed to a management company or just one person who works at a management company. But that's one thing that sets me aside from all of the management companies. Like you are not actually signing to me. Like that 20% or 15 or 10 or whatever percent you owe me, like we work it out on another way. We might even do simple agreements, like something quick, fast, in a hurry, not to, it's not a whole bunch of different jargon and lingo, and I'm not throwing stuff over your head that you don't understand. It's a simplistic way to get management. That's what sets me and my company aside from everywhere else. You can always come and, there's another thing. It's the information and everything is available to you, like how they say, fish for a man, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, yada, yada. Like that's one thing with my management services. Also, I'm okay with sharing the software, the this, the that, the tools and tricks of the trade that I learned. Not everything, of course, but just to, get a quick understanding of what it is that you can really do to manage yourself, that's available to people that I manage, so they can do it themselves. Because like I said, I deal mostly in independent artists, but the big brain concept behind it all is for the people who need startup services and don't really know where to go or how to do these things. A lot of people might have the passion and just don't know where to get started. And most people think where you get started is have the product and put it out there for the world to see on social media, like a model would get an Instagram and start putting some pictures up, or a song artist might record a song and put it on SoundCloud and YouTube and, hope for the best. But like, no, it's a million things you should be doing in and around that. And there's a lot of ways to, get it going without even just having to stick to that. And the business is much, much more than just that. So it sets us apart. What sets us apart is the way we set up the artist. It's an entirely different way. It's a lot easier, a lot more simplistic, and it's a lot more useful and valuable. And your rights and certain things are protected in working with us,
That's way much better. It's way much better. People ain't coming coming to you all scared and worried, like, like, dude, this dude might be a vulture, so,
Yeah.
so like you ain't got to sit on no couch around here, so,
Yeah.
and,
Like, yeah, he said you don't gotta sit on no couch around here.
man, it's crazy. Like, I really want to put it out there, but we're gonna hold it a little bit. But like, you do manage more than just artists, and I think people gonna get a chance to really see that real soon. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna see for their eyes. And shout out to Charlie Shooter coming through.
Oh, my dude. Speaking of which, yeah, that's a photographer, one of my homies, real dope photographer. He's into a lot of niches, but yeah, I'm managing some things for him, helping him get his profile and other things together. Lyric Lyra, shouts out.
Shout out to Lyric Lyra as well, the poet. So yeah, a couple of people who left some hearts, saying thank you guys for the hearts, So we are live. So if you do drop a comment, if you do drop a heart, if you just want to come through and chat with us, hold on. Somebody might have did try to chat, and I think they was calling the station, and I might have hung up on them on accident. So, and so if you want to call, I will open up the phone line. This is the phone line. If you want to mic up, damn, that's not the link. We're not on Riverside.
Oh, that's Riverside, yeah.
So yeah, if you want to join the phone conversation, you want to call in, let me know. Drop a text first, and then let me know that you're going to be calling, and then we will take your questions live on air. The number is 414-939-5777, 414-939-5777 to join the studio. Take your questions live on air. So shout out to all you people out there, my Kinetic PE MIXX heads and Transformers. So man, so like I was saying, yeah. All right, we got a beastie team, man, and we just recently we did like a quick little road trip to Indiana. We was talking about this, in the car, like the stuff we do behind the scenes is just incredible, man. And I listed out like a list of your artists that you help, like Whip, like myself. Is there a specific success stories that like really bring your philosophy like to the forefront? Like is it a specific success story that stick out to you?
I would say, man, it's always biased on my end. I swear, like, because to me, all of y'all are success stories because the goals have been hit. There's one person on the team. It's crazy because he told me, he was like, bro, I want to be famous. Like, forget everything else. I want to be famous. So I made that happen. But everybody else, like, when they tell me what they want, like, it happens. But like, no, bro, he was like, VT, I'm like, forget all of that shit you talk about. He said, bro, I want to be famous. Like, that's what we focused on. I was like, damn, like, because like it's so easy to do everything else, but the most specific success story, the specific success story that I like to cite is like, all right, yeah, this is the one. And I have to say, and like I said, I might be biased, but it's Whip, because he told me 1,000 times, he was like, bro, I would not be even doing this if it wasn't for you. He was like, I don't, like, that was just enough for me. I was like, oh, okay, bet. Like, we finna kick it in the hot drive. And hell yeah, from where we started to where we are now, it's beautiful. Because everything we could think of It's just two things left. Two things left for him. It's win a major award and get famous too. But he don't even want to be famous off of it. But he gotta be famous. But
he it's funny, like, you know, like he got a very interesting story, man. And like me and Will,
hell yeah.
You know, like he probably like one of the most talented on the roster to me. Like, you know, that's my bias.
I mean, people know it. Like, to me, he is one of the most talented music artists walking earth.
Yeah, so he has a lot of the it factor, you know what I'm saying? So like,
and he don't even want it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
A lot of the it factor, and he brings a different style to the industry. He got something different to bring to the industry, you know. You know, so just you know, just letting us, you know, when he just easily just gave me two theme songs, and I'm like,
right, yeah, that intro was fire. Oh, he got so he just dropped a project called Six Rings. Young Swagger, you know, another client, but also, you know, a member of all of the organizations. They got a song called Something Slight that's on there. The single gonna be coming, but he also got a project coming up with one of the Cash Click veterans, Too Fresh. They got a project called You Are Not Special, and the project is very, very special. But that's latest from Whip. And also, of course, he's going to be in Grinders Magazine, the May issue of this year. He was in Volume 3 of Grinders. Y'all go check that out. But yeah, shouts out to Young Whip, man. Shouts out to the whole squad, everybody.
Yeah, man. And then he definitely, he's on my album, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Color Blue Hundreds. That's the song we did on the Transform You album. So yeah, man, shout out to him, you know, and everybody, man, who's doing some impressive things. So beyond just the individual artists, what's your vision for the future of the music industry, especially for like Midwest artists, you know, because I know Midwest, you got a special heart for the Midwest. Even though that, you know, you work with a lot of people outside of the Midwest.
I was about to put some negative magic into it. This could happen. I was gonna say, even though I know this would, I shouldn't even say it, but what I'm gonna say is my vision, right? Ongoing, the dope, like what will be dope, right?
Yeah.
Instead of there being like one big monopoly type of thing, like for instance, there's really 3 major music companies. Like it's just really 3 that can do everything in a trickle down type of whatever. If every region, possibly even every state, like had the same type of, like, okay, say there was a BET, MTV, and a VH1 in every region, you know, where everybody got the fair and equal chance. Yeah. And if they loved you in that region, then yeah, you can go too. But like, I mean, like big enough to service everybody in the region who does this thing. Like no big man, little man, small man, whatever. Like whoever obviously gets, like I would say, the most views, the most this and that. You know, there'd be other opportunities, but like, you know, like the same stuff gets played all day long. Like, let's hear everything. It's enough time to hear everything instead of the same 4 things. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see huge major platforms everywhere.
It should be like the NBA. It should be like the NBA.
Yeah.
I like that.
Damn it. Just getting some juice real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
But yeah, also another thing is I would like to see a lot more art, but without like stylists and such things. Like there's a lot of people in the industry on that level where they make you wear a certain thing or talk a certain way or all of these things. Like I want to get rid of them people. I just want to see like this normal person, how they would really dress, how they would really talk. Like, you know, get rid of that altogether. I just want to see a whole bunch of I mean, even if you're not a normal person per se, I want to see the real regular you. Like I don't know, all these weird stuff people be wearing and all this extra stuff, and like I said, the way they're meant to talk and things that they can talk about and cannot speak about. Like I don't know. I think that I would like to see an industry where it's not a popularity thing with fashion, because you see how dangerous that is. Like sooner or later, it's not even what you want, it's just what the industry says is popular at that point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even know what you like at that point. Like, you supporting all these things that, I don't know, like brands and such things. But I don't know. I would like to see an industry where that's not even important anymore, because then it'd be more about the art and what this person is actually doing. Like, you know. And also, I'd like to see an industry without hidden secrets and gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Last one. That would be so dope.
Yeah, I mean, everything you kind of name is kind of what, you know, well, minus the first one, you know, is what Kanye West kind of speaks about a lot. You know, Kanye West speaks on that a lot. You know, the fashion issue, you know, and these, you know, these widows who, you know, who push these certain fashion agendas and styles on people, and then the gatekeepers and the secrets. You know,
the first thing, yeah, the first thing I teach my artists is something that I felt should have been taught to every person who ever wanted to be an artist. And I understand why it's not, obviously, but still, like, but I make sure that's one of the first thing I teach my artists. I'm not gonna say what it is on here, but yeah, but it's just weird though, like, because even people who do have this, like I said, I don't know if it is a hidden secret or whatever, but like, I'm pretty sure they artists don't know. Like, anybody you work with, you should be telling this. Like, you definitely should if you care. Like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Excuse my language.
No, you good. Yeah. So yeah. For the most part, man, you know, that first one, me and MIXX talked about that first one with, like, you know, shout out MIXX too. So
producer MIXX.
Yeah, producer MIXX.
Shouts out.
Yeah. So this whole issue with, like, radio stations, they being bought, you know, being easily bought for, like, spins, you know, for certain artists to be spanned all day, every day. You know, even, you know, you got your own local major radio stations, you know, because they may be affiliated with iHeartRadio or whoever they may be affiliated with, Clear Channel, whoever. They're not gonna get easily swayed into playing, you know, the local artists or the artists of that region,
right?
Because
excuse me,
big boy label coming in and, you know, bossing them around and telling them, like, who they need to play, you know, because, like, you know, if you don't play this, oh well, we're gonna tell our buddy over at such and such sponsorship to remove their ads, and you know, so
mess with your pockets.
Yeah, so that's what's happening a lot of times. and you know, and when I found that out, you know, after working at a radio station for a while, you know, I was like, oh, that's what's really happening. That's what kind of forced me into, like, you know, doing my own thing, you know, because, like, I didn't want that limitation, or, you know, I didn't want to create a space where any artist couldn't come do their thing, you know. So so yeah, we just gotta really make these traditional radio stations a thing of the past, you know, because I think they really phasing out anyways. You know, people really listen to music now through their phones and internet. So we just gotta find a way to kind of push people to the internet, to digital radio stations versus the traditional radio stations, and get rid of them. You know, because they being bought, man, and they keep telling people what to listen to. And like half of that stuff some of that stuff be trash. Let's just be honest, and it only because
a lot of it is trash, and if it's not trash, it's not even new or local. You know,
man, I can go to Tidal, and Tidal give me a much better playlist than like the playlist that I hear every day on V100. Like it's ridiculous, man.
I used to love V100 as a kid, like all day, every day. I would listen to it, but I mean, we all had that happen where eventually, during some time, you just notice like the radio starting to suck. It's not the same at all.
It's not. It's not. You know, I mean, you know, that's why I don't know why. It's, you know, country music, I could have understood why there was some pushback at first, you know, when they heard about Beyonce creeping over there to try to tap to the country genre, because they already knew what was going to happen. Like, oh, she's going to she's going to get pushed. Yeah, and that's what's happening. She's getting pushed. So, like, what are your thoughts on like on that, man? You know, on like people like Beyonce, you know, crossing the genres. You know, you know, I did it a little bit, but you know, and what I realized, like, you know, no matter what type of music I make, people are still going to classify me as hip hop rap, anyways. So, because I looked at what they did with other like artists similar to like, you know, the way I'm kind of multi-faucet in different and I experiment in different areas. Like they still kind of label people like me as just hip hop anyway. So it does not even matter to call myself anything except hip hop.
It's a few ways to think about that. Well, now the first question, I really enjoy it and love it because I mean, a lot of artists do it. They might come out in this genre, move over to this genre. Like, I mean, like Drake, to me, he one of the best rappers and singers. Like, you know what I'm saying? His R&B songs are a lot better than a lot of R&B songs you hear. His rap songs are a lot better than a lot of rap songs you hear. I do think that there's certain artists who do it really not for the right reason. But I mean, even still, like, it don't even matter. Like, it's their prerogative type of thing. I think that is really, really dope for any person. Just it's like cross training in sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this person Deion Sanders, you know, he played football, then he went and played baseball. Like, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like, he likes both. You know, it's a different atmosphere in both. It's a different atmosphere in both types of genres of music. You know, the fans, the everything is all different. But that's no different. You know. Who's to say you can't do this one thing and do this other thing? Now, I always think about Post Malone. I remember Post Malone when he first came out. I think he wanted to be a country star or something. Yeah. And they said it would never work. And then he tried it and it didn't work. So then he was like, I'm going to be a pop star. And it said it would never work. He tried it, didn't work. So then he just tried rapping and it worked. But then you see once he started rapping, and it blew up. Now he doing his pop and his country that they said he couldn't do, and people still love it just as much. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one of them things. If it's available for you, you got the interest. There is, like, I don't know any universal law that says it's wrong anyway. Like, you know what I mean? What's wrong with that? If Beyonce go over the country and she make the greatest country songs ever, that's like a beautiful thing. Country should love her for that. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, well, she makes pop and she does R&B and she's Destiny Child. Like, man, she just gave y'all the greatest country song ever. Like, thank her and love her. She did something for your thing. Like, she moved your culture forward. Like, what's wrong with that? You know, and that might be what ends up happening. You know,
yeah.
I did know it was gonna be something funny with that because, like, just like Nas X, when they found out he was black, they tried to take his awards away and whatnot, and now they're talking stuff to Beyonce. But like, I mean, that's Beyonce though. Like, come on now. They gonna accept her. They gonna love her, and she gonna do great at it. Now the crazy thing is, I haven't heard any of that music None of it. Like not a song, not a peep, not a nothing. One day I'm
Yeah,
gonna sit down and listen to it, but I'm late on projects.
yeah.
I still
I
got some of my people projects to hear.
yeah, I still haven't heard Texas Hold'em all the way through. Only heard like just part of it. So
I think I heard like a piece of it in like you know how when you're watching videos, like it might be a video that's like 6, 7 seconds or something.
yeah,
Like I'm pretty sure that it had to have been the song, but like it came on. It was like the highlight of the video, so it was on for like 3, 4 seconds. But I honestly haven't heard any of it. I'm geeked to hear it though, and I hope it's dope because I'm not a fan of country music, but it's a couple country songs that's like really really dope to me, you know.
mhm.
But I'm ready for it.
All right. Yeah. So man, like we talked about like the importance of community, man, and your company emphasizes community impact. Can you elaborate on how modern day Pharaoh fosters a sense of community and empowers artists to give back? Because that's a big thing now, and like and you people that heard me say it on podcasts how every artist should attach a cause to their name.
hmm Well, one thing is always pay it forward. Um, with our artists, I mean, you'll see we have lots of sessions where, like we did on the way back from Indiana, we just sit and talk about ideas, morals, values, ethics, anything that that person is thinking and going through. But I always push the same few things, I always say just pay it forward. Like, and I always stress the emphasis of given to any and everybody and always thinking about those people who don't have anything.
Mhm.
And I think that's the greatest thing I can do for a community, the community, this community, my community, just, making sure that you paying something forward and you always thinking of those people who have nothing, you know, because it's so easy to like go and make $1 million, right? And then go and buy yourself all the things you wanted and have a somewhat great life and just, start off easy with that. Even
Right.
if, you go broke, like to have $1 million and to be able to do something with it, that's a very, very beautiful thing. Like to be straight for a long, long time. But I just, I don't think I would be like, you know what I mean? Like there'll always be some point in time throughout the day where I'll be like, even though me and my kids and everybody is straight, like damn, just a couple years ago, it was like hundreds of thousand kids in cages. Like, what's up with them kids? Like, like how are they doing? Like, you know what? I could have used like $10,000 and went and did this and did like it's always gonna be in the back of my head. So I always think like that, like I'm gonna help everybody. And that is really just that idealism and like acting upon it is how I help the community. And I mean, of course, like in a more realistic sense, based on the business, anybody who has a business idea, I help them take that idea and that concept and turn it into a real business and show them as much as I can and bring them around as many people as I can that will help support that business and get it going because obviously, that's good for the community. Another
Mhm.
business that's servicing the community itself and, taking this person and helping them realize and access their dream, all of that's helping building the community. So, just getting people closer to their dreams, through this business. And yeah, that's how we do the community work. Like actually having the community as the forefront of what we do and letting the services and everything in the business support and provide the means and everything else.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So like, and we got a lot of community stuff we doing this summer. We gonna be engaging the community this summer, man. With some with some new things, some new engines behind us. So we can't talk too much about the new engines, but people gonna see us out. People gonna see
Yeah.
us out. We're gonna be giving out some T-shirts and stuff. So, so you guys, when you see us out, just be prepared.
Be prepared. Yeah,
Be
because
prepared.
I mean, I already been telling people. Well, I mean, I ain't been telling them the magic, but I've already been telling people second quarter, like April and beyond, it's
Yeah.
oh man, it's set up, it's geared to be something different, you know. So been a lot of things unfolding, and it was so hard to get to this point. Well, I ain't gonna say so hard, but it was just a lot of hard work, and you know, we speak on this all the time. That behind the scenes work is just entirely different. Like, but it's worth it. You know, it's about to pay off in a major way. Just wait, April is going crazy. But the community is definitely going to benefit. You know, and that's one thing I love about all the people we've been working with. You know, and like you, your services, your company. You know, that's something people should not forget either. Um, how you feel mentally, spiritually, and emotionally will dictate a lot of just how you do things and
Oh
out in the
yeah.
world, what type of things happen to you. And to be aware of your thoughts and your feelings is a very, very, very important thing to understand, very, very powerful thing once you are in control of it. But, you know, don't forget about your mental health. Do not. And Transform You Media is very, very involved in mental health. And one of the main focuses is PTSD recovery and management. And that is very, very important for a lot of people. A lot of people don't even, you know, they know the words PTSD, but I don't think they truly, truly understand what it is because there's a lot of things that people like habits, mannerisms, you do that in response to some trauma. Like it could be
Yeah.
so many things. It could be sounds, sights, people, atmospheres, whatever. And most people they just think it's how life is or how their life is. Like, yeah, that is true, but do you not understand that your life is this way because of some type of trauma, you know? And I
Mhm.
say all that to say this, you know, we are trying to not trying to, we're servicing the community in so many ways. And that's one of those ways, you know, it's not just providing certain types of services that's for arts and entertainment, and we're not just building up artists to be somebody and forgetting the rest of the world. Like, no, that, like I said, there is a lot of what we do, you know. Maybe you just guys aren't in that market yet or whatever, but those type of important things are being um, addressed and attended to by the companies, and that's one big thing that we all advocate for and that we all work towards, and that is readily available for anyone who needs those types of services, coaching, or whatever, you know. But like I said, the management and the recovery of, you know, all types of mental health disadvantages and disorders and such, especially PTSD.
Yeah. And I think people get this misconception that it doesn't apply to them. And I had to really catch myself and really start making the message a little bit more universal, and not so beholden to just military veterans. And I had to bring it back. Like, man, there's a lot of people in our community that's just been exposed to trauma, especially if they've been hit by violence, if they've been affected by drugs. You going through something that you
Hmm.
got this sleeping giant, that's within you, that's driving you to different behaviors that you may not be aware of. So you got to reach those people too, man. You know, um,
Definitely.
so
Identifying it is one of those things. Like, you know, a lot of people might not think. Like I said, a lot of people are like, oh no, this is how I think, this is how I am. Like, yeah, I get that, and of course that's how you think and that's how you are, but you don't
yeah,
understand that it is because of this trauma. You know, you're having the post effect, the after effects of this thing that you went through, and to you is normal or is how people should think, but it's not how people. And you know, people don't understand
yeah,
that concept. You have to get people to see that first and foremost before then any care or anything else can be addressed. You know, you have to get the person to understand these types of traumas and these things and what's going on, and this is why this is going on. That, well, that can be discuss afterwards. But you get what I'm saying, you know. A lot of people don't know. They just think that this is normal. This is this. Like, nah, you going through some shit still, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not normal, and you can stop it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. So, any final words of wisdom for our aspiring artist listeners out there who are ready to claim their throne in this music industry, man? I like to say throne. Play on that Pharaoh. Play on the Pharaoh. Play on the Pharaoh.
Yeah. Gotta play with, you know, keep the lingo, the jargon. Okay. Advice. And I got so much, it's kind of hard to pinpoint and keep it simple. The best advice, I would say the best advice would be to come to us and let us teach you some stuff. That'll be the best advice. Come to Transform You Media, come to Modern Day Pharaohs, go to the Hip Hop Fraternity, go to Worldwide Collaborations, go to the Universal Thinking Minds of Sound, and of course, we'll set you up. But in all seriousness, I would say the person, the individual, whoever's hearing this, I'm speaking directly to you. If you want to be this thing, think it, say it, and do it. It's that simple. I do have another message to stay independent. I'm gonna keep preaching that, but you know, think it, say it, do it. Over and over in your head, keep thinking of what you want, and only that. Keep everything else out. Don't let anything else in, especially anything that opposes that idea. Say it over and over and over to yourself out loud, even if you're the only one in the room. Say it to your flowers, your plants, your pets, your friends, your family. Say it to the universe out loud. Speak it, speak about it, and do it. If you can't do it, research it, find somebody who does it, tag along, whatever it is, whatever it may be, think it, say it, do it. That and nothing else, and it's going to happen. Guaranteed. Okay. And stay independent. Stay independent. Might as well. They cheat you.
They might as well, man. So, man, I appreciate this talk on this episode today, man.
Most definitely.
Long time coming, you know. So, hey, we got a lot we could talk about. It's a lot that I wish we could, like, you know, tell them about.
You know how they be doing them 24-hour streams and shit? Like, we really could one day just really sit down, like, and just go in and go crazy. Like, but see, this is more so trying to get it together, structure for the people. But like, we could really just sit back, me and you, and just talk and just, man.
Yeah.
Me, you and Rip gonna do that one day. We definitely got to.
We're gonna do that. You know, we're gonna, like, you know, throw like, you know, saying an off the structure one, you know, for them, you know. So this one, you know, was really geared towards a problem, you know, with the music industry being a minefield for aspiring artists, filled with empty promises and exploitation. You know, without the right guidance, talented artists can get lost in the shuffle. The dreams fading away, you know, but you out here fighting for them, you know, and, you know, they got the privilege to, you know, speak with you today. Javante Fight for Everyone, the CEO of Modern Day Pharaoh Services, a company built on empowering artists and building sustainable careers. And if you are an artist ready to break free and build an empire, check out Modern Day Pharaoh Services. We got the short link, you know, that's going to be in the episode description, you know, with Javante Fight for VT, as we all call him. You're going to be unstoppable. You'll be unstoppable. And remember, stay tuned to the Kinetic PE MIXX. Follow us on IG at Kinetic PE MIXX for more inspiring interviews and industry secrets. Don't forget to like and subscribe on Facebook. Also, because many of you are watching on Facebook, so follow me there, and on our YouTube channel, subscribe as well. And podcast, whatever podcast app you're listening to, drop us a review. Reviews are appreciated. Big T, man, you got anything else you want to put out there?
No, nothing. I just want to say shouts out to all the members of Modern Day Pharaoh Entertainment, all the members of the company, period. Want to give a big shout out to you over there at Transform You and everybody. I got the Discord link, so if anybody want radio play, come holler at me. Shouts out to K-Bay, everybody at Grind City Media. Shouts out, we're going to be in the magazine in May. Everybody look out for that. Shouts out to the Hip Hop Fraternity, all chapters everywhere. Big Bro, DJ 16, the CEO of the Madison and Milwaukee chapter. Shouts out to Utmost, Side Dio. Y'all check out the Real Music Fest down in Atlanta. And shouts out to my boy Chris Chaney over at Worldwide Collaborations, one of the teams. All the real members in between. But love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Together we can do any gosh dang thing. Let's just get together and really do it. We've been apart for so long. Let's make something happen. We helping these artists get up out these funks and do something.
For sure. I love it. All right, man. So until next time, everybody, many blessings, peace, and lots of love. Unto your potential with VT.
Shouts out.